Hi, and welcome to the Dirty Cleats podcast. It's been a while. I haven't been on air probably for about a week or two. Thanks for Tim and Tim for doing some of the duties here, and thanks for Kevin for filling in the other day. We got a lot of views off of Kevin and Tim's episode. We're up to 50. It's amazing. Actually, got a couple more subscribers too. So maybe the secret sauce is adding Kevin and doing some different topics. But I was away this past weekend. Went up to Niagara Falls, Canada, for a little vacation with the family, and it's the first time I was ever out of the country. It was amazing. It's a beautiful area. It was also around Canada Day, so there's a lot of people around. But the falls were very beautiful. People were very nice. There wasn't didn't see a lot of things with sports actually there. We weren't too far from Toronto, though. We didn't get a chance to go up there. But it was a beautiful city. It was a beautiful time with my family. A beautiful vacation. Never been out of town. Never been out of the country before. Didn't know what to expect. But that's what being out of the country is like. It's not too shabby. The food was really well. We had breakfast. We had all kinds of different meals. Said it was really nice. But the one thing I wanted to talk about today was the announcement of the All-Star team, especially for one Red, J Creutz. He's probably one of my favorite players on the team. He's done, as far as average, he's not hitting the best, but he does have like 43 stolen bases this year. He's got 15 home runs, and he's got 39 RBIs. He's hitting for about 247, but he's definitely one of the most popular players on the Reds this year in the last couple of years. And the guy's pretty electric, and I don't know what else to really say about him except he's doing pretty good. He's not doing bad at all. As far as the Reds themselves, it's another up and down season. They swept the Yankees. It was last week. And now they got swept by the Tigers. And we're only, I think, the trade deadline for the Major League Baseball is July 31st. So we're what day is it? It's July 7th. So we're about, 24 days away from the deadline. And right now, if I remember correctly, and I'll look at my phone and see, I believe the Reds are pretty far out of it as far as the regular season stuff. But let me double check here and see. Should have had all my stuff ready here, A little off my game today since I haven't been on air in a while. But let's look and see where they're at. Let's see. Major League Baseball. Let's see standings. And the Reds are actually 10.5 games back. They're in second to last place. And that's for the regular standings. Let's see. For the wild card, let's see here. They're 5 games out, and they'd have to leapfrog 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. But I do believe there is 2 wild card spots, so actually it's only 5 teams that have to get in. Well, that's 6 to get in that final spot. Atlanta's leading the wild card right now, and you got St. Louis behind them. Then you have San Diego, Arizona, the Mets, who have been on fire lately, San Francisco, and Pittsburgh. Then the Reds. Honestly, I think they need to. I don't think they can be buyers at this point at the trade deadline. I think they'll have to, if they want to do anything, they'll have to trade away some of their guys. Maybe some of the pitching. Guys like Jonathan India, I could see getting moved. They've actually been talking about shipping him out for the last couple of years. It's just nothing's transpired. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. But, I'm hoping for the best for them. They've been building for a long time, and it just doesn't seem like it's working right now. Injuries, people not really catching on as much as they have in like they did last season. People just not producing. So I don't know what they're going to do. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. I do know that we're about almost 2 weeks away from training camp, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited to see what the Eagles do this year. The addition of Saquon Barkley, I think, is going to be very well and help them out in the long run. And I'm also interested to see what the Bengals do this year with Joe Burrow being back, the T. Higgins situation towards the end of the year, and if Jamar Chase gets signed, and if they sign any of their other guys that are up for contracts soon. The problem is that when you sign your quarterback to a long-term contract, so all that money, somebody loses out. It's either going to be one of the receivers. The defense could suffer. If you've seen anything, even though Kansas City has won the last 2 Super Bowls, that when you pay your quarterback, something suffers. Like I was just saying, like Kansas City had to trade Tyreek Hill so they could pay Patrick Mahomes. Now they're building up their wide receiver room. They've drafted a rookie this year, and they've added Hollywood Brown, which I think is going to help them out. But hopefully the Bengals will learn from Kansas City's mistakes, or even Miami's mistakes, where I think Miami still has to pay too, but they've already paid their 2 top receivers, and they've had to let some guys on the defensive side go so they can pay all those guys. So just goes to show that even though you have the biggest and the best talent, when it comes time to pay them, it's going to be hard to do that and also compete at the same time. But this is just me getting on here, doing something short and sweet. Should be back this week with Tim. I don't know what topics we're going to cover yet. I'm sure we'll discuss that. But and maybe we'll work on some fantasy football stuff this week. We're talking about doing some mock drafts and stuff, but and then talking about the NFL a little bit. It's kind of a weird period of time for the sports world because you got baseball going on, but the NBA just finished up not too long ago. You got the WNBA going on, and then you also have training camps starting up. So we'll see what happens. But till then, this is J Creutz signing off. Have a good day.